Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Alana Oliveira, and I am honored to present to you AI by our people for our people. And so this conversation really just it's a conversation about how we've tackled a large challenge that faces a specific set of our population of student athletes from both Black and Brown communities. And I want to share a little bit about that journey with you. So, what we recognized is that the pandemic has really triggered a reaction to mental health. And if we look at specifically student athletes, they are suffering 20 times more likely from a major mental health crisis. I'll give you a little bit of backstory on this conversation as I think about what my experience has looked like. So my son became a college athlete in the late 2018 timeline, and what I recognized was that his identity was completely focused on his ability to perform on the football field. He was a great student, was able to receive some academic support. About 90% of his uh, requirement to attend college was covered. But when he suffered a severe head injury at the beginning of his sophomore year, his life completely changed in his eyes. When his ability to play as a college athlete was taken from him, not only was his long-term memory impacted for a number of years, but also his ability to see his identity was devastating. And so what we've recognized is that there is an ability to get in front of mental health. And we've chosen, as I look at the experience not only of my son, but also of our co-founder, Tracy Hathaway, who is one of the most prolific researchers, um, myopically focused on the Black female student athlete experience. We've decided to really point this challenge in the category of our population that we've served since 2020. So what we've recognized is that number one, student athletes are 20 times more likely to suffer. We just referenced that when I shared my son's story. Secondly, we know that there's a 31-day window to get in front of mental health. And this is where leveraging AI really makes a difference. Ancillarily, we also know that the NCAA has been uh, now requiring Division I institutions to legally invest to support or be subject to fines. But there's really not been a clear set of focus around what we can do as a community of Black and Brown to provide a proactive solution for mental health. So let's talk a little bit more about that. One of the things that have been uncovered in our research, and specifically in Dr. Tracy Hathaway's research, is that right now on most college campuses, there is a 1 to 1,000 mental health counselor to student ratio. And so As we start thinking about AI by us and for us, we've chosen to create a direct, focused set of services driven directly from the student athlete smartphone. And what I'll do as we wrap this up is our call to action would be to have you reach out to me, so I can send you the link and you can experience it for yourself. What we have also recognized is that not only is it important to get in front of the mental health support from the lens of allowing the student athlete to share their experience in a very safe and trusted way, but also there's the ability to anonymize data and to provide, we'll call it proactive monitoring solutions to clinicians and leadership within our institutions. And so what we're very optimistic about is the ability to leverage a couple of big opportunities with AI. Number one is first person design. So going directly into the university, getting in front of their athletes, providing an opportunity to bring them together, allowing athletics to take a pause in a moment and have this conversation with us. And then allowing student athletes to interact with our AI in a protected way. Right now, our AI is in a non-exempt IRB, which means she's not collecting personal, like, proprietary data. She's just learning from them. But that first person data will be significant as we scale and as we create this proactive system to allow clinicians, again, remembering that 1 to 1,000 ratio, very critical for us to be able to build a proactive at mental health. I wanted to share a little bit about my background and Dr. Tracy's background, and just have a little slide here. I've had an opportunity to work in not only big pharma, which was an experience all to its own, but I've also been able to work directly with those in both BPMG and as a consultant. So I've had the privilege of seeing the way technology can solve human problems. But I think the biggest piece that I'm taking away from this experience is that we have to create a baseline of blackened down voices, experiences, and exposures first. If we're just led from the lens of they're the titles on top of the larger model and our voices are ancillarily important rather than the baseline of the conversation, we are often silent, and the construct of invisibility is what we experience. So, what I've been very honored to do is to partner with Dr. Hathaway, who again, as I mentioned before, is one of the most prolific researchers from the University of Massachusetts Boston, receiving her doctoral degree in a topic that is often overlooked, and that is the experience of the Black woman student athlete. And looking at the construct of critical race feminism and how not only should she survive the experience, but thrive in her experience. So, as we dive into this a little bit deeper, I wanted to also give you an opportunity to see our work team. I couldn't be more proud or honored to be a part of this team. We've been very intentional about selecting members of the team who are innovative, humble, and driven by a bigger purpose and passion than the paycheck. And you'll notice on this screen that the majority of our team is under the age of 25. And frankly, Dr. Hathaway and I are extremely proud of that because we recognize that the population we are focused on is also under 25. So again, thinking through some of the principles that we're aligning to as an organization. Well, I'm gonna give you a real quick first. All right. So closing, I just wanted to offer the first person right there. Is one of our ambassadors. She is a grad student focusing on mental health, specifically in the rehabilitation space. Ms. Brianna Abbott, former volleyball player for the University of Maryland, George, for some flowers for putting that together with her student athletes that are now a part of the team that she coaches. And recognizing that it's going to take more than just an idea. It's going to take more than just technology. It's going to take more than just some data to solve the challenges that we see. But I am convinced that if we focus on our people and we build solutions with AI, by us and for us, using principles like person interaction and participatory design and even prompt engineering, which really allows us to pinpoint the kind of responses that resonate. I believe that is how we build the wealth of our community. We allow the members of our community to have a voice, as Jerry described. We allow the members of our community to feel seen and heard, and most importantly, valued. Because at the end of the day, the technologies that we have will come and go, but and we are committed, both myself, Dr. Hathaway, our young team, and our organization at AI. We're committed to our community. This is by us and for us. So the call to action as I leave today is to hit me up on LinkedIn. Uh, you can find me there. I'm fairly active, always out working in the different universities that we serve, but would love to hear from you. And would love to share with you uh, the AI system that we're working on, we've actually named her after the first Black woman to hold a commissioner role in a, Power 5 conference, Alfreda Gall. So flowers to Alfreda for allowing to provide, her name to what is now hundreds, will be thousands, and we anticipate millions of lives that will impact. Again, at AI, I'm Helena Solis Olivera, and it has been a true pleasure to connect with you today. Adios.